What's good, YouTube? Welcome back to the channel. I'm on Toxic Gaming today. People, today we are going to be going over Speed Duel's tier list for the December 2022 format. We're about to go into January. We're about to finish a win-a-box. So the meta, is about to shift a little bit. I'm sure it will, because there's a little birdie running around right now in the high ranks playing a card that's not tier, or deck that's not tier 1. So I'm sure this is subjected to change, but until it does, this is the tier list we've been playing with for, I want to say like a month and a half at this point. So if you didn't know, the tier 1 decks for this format right now are Beatdown usually. So we got Beatdown Kaiba, Beatdown Joey, which uses, the skill Beatdown. And then the I'm Just Going to Attack skill, which you've seen on the channel a couple of times over the last week or so. And then it plays the Twisted Volcanic Stall Burn deck, which is really interesting. I guess, if you want to say that. I'm not a big fan of it. I don't like Stall or Burn decks, but I do like Volcanics. I like that deck in general. Tier 2, we're looking at about Crystal Beast and Cyber Angels. Both of these decks were seeing top competitive play the format prior to this, before the midterm paradox, so pre-midterms. And now they're in a tier 2 kind of format down there. And then in tier 3, we have my favorite deck of the format being Ratbox, Roids, my second favorite deck of the format being Sevens, and then Outback Koalas. But without further ado, we're going to jump right into what these decks are looking at. And if you guys want to check it out for yourself, the tier list is on the Speed Duel League Discord. Definitely recommend checking it out. If I remember, the link's going to be in the description down below. Alright, so first on our list is going to be the Outback Wall decks. This is, again, the tier 3 deck that we were looking at prior to this. Outback Wall is based around the skill Chill and Outback, which is a Chumley skill that came in the midterm paradox box. What this skill does is that it allows your koalas and kangaroo monsters to attack while in defense position using their defense points as their attack, which is really unique. It reminds me of Super Heavy Samurais in actual TCG. Not only that, but skill once per turn lets you switch the battle position of your kangaroo or koala card. So it's really, really unique and really cool. I genuinely enjoy it, and we're seeing competitive play with it. Like I said, this is a tier 3 deck. But it's on the 3 Death Koala, 3 Sea Koala. Sea Koala is a really unique card that came in. Both of these cards are both midterm paradox cards. So Death Koala burns for 400 damage when it's flipped face up for every card in your opponent's hand. Sea Koala, while you control another beast monster, you can target a monster your opponent controls, its attack becomes 0. So it's really, really cool. Death Kangaroo is really interesting. I was using him a little bit for my Master of Oz Turbo deck before, Fusion Party got errated. We're looking at 3 Enraged Battle Locks. This gives all of them piercing battle damage, which is really nice, especially in conjunction with the 3 Book of Moon, 3 Floodgate, and of course, to continue to stall, we have the double Nightmare Wheel, triple Widespread Ruin, triple Wall of Disruption, triple of the Spike Shield with Chain, because it gives your defense monsters defense equal to its attack whenever it battles, and with this deck, when they attack in defense position, it makes them really, really big. I think Death Koala becomes a 2,900 attack points? No, 34, because it also gives them 500 attack points on top of that. Zone of Spirit is also the one I've played in this deck. Playing one of the Ladybug, 2 as a Spiritual Force, which makes your koalas or beast monsters not able to be destroyed once per turn, 1 Jar of Avarice, 1 of the Treasure Chest, and 1 of the Waking the Dragon with its targets. The next list is going to be the 7s or Beware of the Brothers Paradox deck. Again, this is post midterm paradox. It came out in the paradox box, as you can see, and this is the list that has been seeing play by Gavin Meyer. The last deck was by Sebastian, by the way, so congratulations to both of them for topping events. So it's 3 Song of the Thunder, 2 Kazijin, and 1 Suijin is in this person's list in particular. I don't personally like playing Suijin because of the water deck being a prevalent rogue deck right now, but I understand why you would play that one at least. 3 of the Volcanic Rocket, 1 of the Terra, 2 of the Breakers, 3 of the Volcanic Shell. Breaker's really good in this deck because when you summon the Breaker, you're able to pop or spell a trap card, then tribute off the Breaker for one of your level 7s due to your skill. It's really, really nice. The Volcanic Shells are really cool for this as well, because you're able to, reoccur a monster to your hand to tribute to summon, or you can use it with your Blaze Accelerator, which is really nice because you're able to discard from hand to pop cards. And the Black Terra is a reoccurring tribute for the deck. It's really unique and cool. So whenever you tribute summon for it, the monster, because it was sent to the graveyard not by battle or destruction or whatever, it returns back to the hand, so you can continuously use it for a tribute. Book of Moon is at 1 because we have the double Breaker in the main, 2 creature swap, that way we can creature swap the shells, and then double Dust Tornado. The side deck is 2 of the Offerings to the Doomed, the third copy of the Dust Tornado, a Royal Flush, and 2 of the Wall of Disruptions. You cannot play an extra deck with this skill because of the skill's effect. You can't use an extra deck, and you can't deal effect damage. Next on our list for the tier 3 decks is the Roid, Small Roid Big City. Personally, it's a really cool deck. I am currently playing this in IRL, not this list in particular, but I'm playing my own version, which if I do well tomorrow, which is locals, I will definitely be posting the deck list that I use for it. I'll post it no matter what. That'll be a Friday video. Look out for the Roid deck on Friday. But this deck is really cool. It uses the skill Small Roid Big City, which is a field spell skill, so it can get Cosmic Cyclone and Breaker, which is like its downfall. But you start with it at the beginning of the duel, and there's no downside to it. You just start with it at the beginning of the duel, which is really nice. Once per turn, you can target a face-up card you control and destroy it, and then you can add a Roid card from your deck to your hand when you do. And then once per turn, when an attack is declared involving an opponent's monster and a Roid monster, you can send a Roid from your deck to the graveyard, and then switch your monster's attack and defense. So that's really cool with specific monsters. So we're using the Cyber Dragon at 3 in this list by Blitz Dungeoneer. And then we also have the Mixer Roid, which is a really cool card that came to the format. 2 of the Drill Roid, the 2 DD Warrior Lady, 1 Jinzo, 1 UFO Roid, 1 Steam Roid, 1 Stealth Roid, 1 Truck Roid, 1 Guy Roid, 1 Submarine Roid, and 1 Express Roid. Then we got this really unique equip spell in the deck. Whenever it's sent to the graveyard due to your Small Roid Big City, it can come back to your hand. That way you can re-equip it later. It's a free Small Roid Big City search, essentially. Triple of the Future Fusion, 2 Overload Fusion, 3 Floodgate Trap Hole, and 1 Emerge Roid Call, which is by far one of my favorite trap cards in the game of Speed Duels right now. Double Santa Claus inside, 1 DD Warrior Lady, and triple Dust Tornado. The extra deck is also really cool because we have the Necroid Shaman, which can get summoned off of your Mixer Roid because it has Roid in its name, one of the Stealth Roid Union cards, the Super Vehicle Roid Jumbo Drill, the Steam Gyroid, and then the Chimera Tech Overdragon, which is good for your Overload Fusion and your Future Fusion combo. Now we're on to my favorite deck in Speed Duels as of right now. This is the second place, Lucian Hewer. I'm sorry if I got your name wrong, but congratulations on the second place with Ratbox. They are on the Lava Golem, the Ancient Gear Beast, triple of the DD Warrior Lady, triple of the Giant Rat, double Zombina, double Nudoria, 1 Exile Force, double Exploder Dragon, and triple of the Golden Ladybug. For their trap lineup, we are seeing the double Mind Crush, the double Nightmare Wheel, 2 of the Wall of Disruption, 3 of the Floodgate Trap Hole, 1 of the Summon of Spirit, 1 of the Haunted Shrine to get back your Zombinas to float into your graveyard cards, and the Fairy Wind. For the side deck, we are looking at our second copy of the Beast, double copies of the Creature Swap, 1 copy of the Straight Flush, and 2 Waking the Dragons, which are targets in the extra deck. The skill that they are playing is Looking into the Future. There's a couple other skills you can play with this deck if you absolutely wanted to, but I do like the Looking into the Future with the trap card lineup. I think it's very good. You can play it with Twisted, you can play it with Energizing Elements, you can play it with Digging for Gold. It's just, this is one of those decks where you can play with a plethora of different skills, but this is the deck that has recently topped with the Looking into the Future skill. Moving on to the tier 2 decks with the format, we're looking at Crystal Beast. Crystal Beast is a very cool deck, and we're also looking at the Looking into the Future skill being used once again. Jinzo is being played at 1 in this deck, along with 3 of the Sapphire Pegasus, 3 of the Topaz Tiger, 2 of the Warrior Lady, 1 of the Sphere Kriva, which is kind of what you will be seeing. This is Ryan Atlet's first place list, by the way. Congratulations, Ryan, on that. And then the Book of Moon and the Berserk Scales. Berserk Scales is kind of cool to be seeing in this deck. We're seeing a lot of it, and it's these 2 cards in particular are in here because this deck loses to Jinzo. So whenever you your opponent establishes their Jinzos, your books and your Berserk Scales can out it, effectively making your Topaz Tiger and any of your monsters, you know, an extra 2k attack, or no, 1k attack. So it's really nice. The Conclave is what kind of makes this deck work. It is a control-based card. Whenever your monster is destroyed by battle and sent to the destroyed by battle, not sent to the graveyard, you can float into another Crystal Beast card, and then you can also use its secondary effect, which is you can tribute it and then return a Crystal Beast card on your field and a card your opponent controls to the hand, which is a really nice bounce effect. Then we have Crystal Regeki, which is just saying get rid of one of your continuous Crystal Beast cards in your spell and trap card zone, pop it, and then pop a card your opponent controls. And that paired with the 3 Dust Tornado gives you a very strong control-based deck. This is a very good deck in my opinion. With the 1 Ladybug, the 2 Mind Crush, the 2 Floodgate, and the straight flush in the side deck as well. This deck is definitely a formidable deck for anybody trying to get into the game of speed duels and want something cool to play. I highly recommend this one above anything else. Next, we are going to get into Nikki's Ritual Ceremony Cyber Angel deck. Now, this deck is right now still playing the Ritual Ceremony skill, but I have definitely seen a lot of people have success with the skill that came in the GX box, the Alexis one for it. I can't remember it off the top of my head, I'm sorry. But it is just, you can discard a spell card, and then when you do, you can add either the ritual spell or the ritual monster from your deck to your hand, which is really, really nice. It's both Sonic Bird or Send You for a discard of a spell, and then you can also return a ritual monster or ritual spell from your graveyard into your deck. It's just really cool. I think it's like Ritual Ascension or something like that. Cyber Ritual Ascension. I can't remember. But we're playing the 3 Azanas, the 3 Ben 10, and 3 Edatin, kind of like your normal for this. 3 of the Send You, that way you can search into your monsters when it's summoned. 3 of the Absorbing Jar, because whenever it's flip face up, you can destroy all your opponent's spell and trap card zones and then go for your FTK. 1 of the Blue Eyes White Dragon for your Advanced Ritual War, and then your 3 Ritual Spells. The Ritual Spell protects your light monsters from destruction once per turn, so that's really nice. 1 Gale Lizard inside along with 1 Sphere Crevo, 2 Defusion, 1 straight flush, and then 1 of the 7 tools of the Bandit. No cards in extra deck. Moving out of tier 2, we are going to a tier 1 deck. Of course, we are going to go with the Twisted Personality deck. This is second place, Stevie Volcanic. Congratulations, Stevie. Good to see that you're topping events still. But he's on, like I said, the Twisted Personality build for this deck, which is playing the triple Volcanic Rocket to get into your your Blaze Accelerator, the 3 DD Warrior Lady, the 3 Shell, the 2 of the Golden Ladybug, and the 1 Jinzo. We are also playing double Wildfire in this list, which is really interesting to see. Again, the 1 Blaze Accelerator, because your rockets can recycle it from your graveyard. 3 of the Floodgate Trap Hole, 2 of the Wheel, and then 1 of the Jar of Avarice. That way you can keep yourself in the game and stall your opponent out if you absolutely have to. The side deck is looking like an Ancient Gear Beast, 2 of the Mind Crush, 2 of the Wall of Disruption, and 1 of the Waking the Dragon, with your Waking the Dragon targets down below. Here is our first place YCS Dirtman. I did a video on this prior, but we are going to go over here as well. And this is by Juan Floric. Again, I'm so sorry if I mispronounced your name, but congratulations on your first place, man. We're playing 3 of the Jurai Gumo. Oh yeah, it's worth mentioning, this is the Joey Beatdown deck, so I'm just going to attack. It's the skill we're using. So it's 3 Jurai Gumo, 2 of the Drillroid, 1 of the Black Brachios, 2 of the Sidro, 1 of the Jinzo, 1 of the Swift Gaia, which is a really cool tech for him to be playing, 2 of the Banisher of the Radiance, 3 of the Book of Moon, 1 of the Night Beam, 3 of the Offerings, and 1 of the Dust Tornado. The side deck is looking like the third copy of the Sidra, the Diffusion, the Shield Crush, the Counter Spell Negate, 1 of the Mind Crush, and 1 Waking with the extra deck to go with it. And lastly, we have Drizzy Drake's Beatdown deck. Drizzy Drake is from Team JDG. Highly recommend checking out their YouTube channel if you have not already. I'm great friends with Terramaster from there, and I have high respect for both Drizzy and Justice. And, you know, you've seen me working on projects with Cursive in the past as well. So, again, highly recommend just checking out Team JDG's YouTube channel. Link to it's going to be below if you're interested. But yes, this is Drake's Beatdown deck. It's really cool. He's playing 3 of the Gaia, 2 of the Sidra, 2 of the Banisher, 2 of the Warwolf, and then 1 of the Jinzo for the monster lineup. We're looking at 3 of the Book of Moon, 2 of the Shrink, 2 of the Dust Tornado, 2 of the Widespread, and 1 of the Wall of Disruption. For his side deck, we are seeing Banisher of the Radiance, 2 Offerings, 2 Mind Crush, and 1 Waking with the Waking targets. Pretty much anything you're going to see for the Beatdown format. Which is what we're in right now. It's a beatdown format in general. We're looking at very strong competitive decks that can do a lot of damage as fast as possible. Hit hard, go hard, like it's the format we're in. Hopefully, coming in the future, when we get the new box, which is releasing like Vampires, Red Eyes, Amazonas, Archfiends, like we'll get out of this beatdown format. But for right now, it's what we're in, and it is subjected to change as well, because like I said, we are about to complete a win-a-box. There are a couple of weird and unique decks running around there right now that I've heard of. We have a interesting Roid deck running around there. I know that Cyber Angels are making a splash there as well. So it's just one of those things where you should definitely be on the lookouts for those decks and the upcoming tier list. But yeah, if you guys enjoy this type of content, make sure you leave a like on this video. Make sure you subscribe to your channel. Above all else, I want you to have a great day. I'll see you guys next time. Bye-bye.